Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to my talk show with Shalini Diwan. We always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but we didn't know how because the journey to an entrepreneurship is not easy. But then again, it's not difficult. And to take it forward, we have a very eminent guest with us, Dr. Manish Jindal. So welcome Dr. Manish to the talk show.
Thank you so much, Shalini ji. It's indeed a privilege for me that you invited me on your talk show. Indeed, feeling blessed and humble. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you. And plus, you have excelled so much with your business in hover robotics. So, I thought was just the right person to tell people how to take their business online, because in pandemic, we went through so much and a lot of people were not understanding and how to switch onto an online business with their things and what are the steps they should be taking. And, so here we would like you to take it forward with us.
Surely, Shalini ji, it would be a pleasure to share, if I could share my expertise and my knowledge with them. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, see, entrepreneurship is a journey. It is neither a business nor a chapter of your life or not a project that you undertake. It is a journey. And it is a relentless journey that never stops. You are on work 24/7. When you work for someone, it could be Monday to Friday, 10 to 5 or something, but entrepreneurship is 24/7. That is why people know me, that I'm always available 24/7, because this is all about my entrepreneurship journey. So entrepreneurship is neither easy nor difficult. It is very accomplishing because it is what you do for yourself. It is like nurturing your passion. Either start loving what you do, or start doing what you love. So I chose the letter that I am into hover robotics. As I think everyone knows, I'm the CEO and founder of Hover Robotics. We are the ones
who brought beautiful
hoverboards to India. We are the pioneers of e-mobility robots. So this is cause
we would like to have one from you.
Surely, any.
Yes.
So since my childhood, I was very inclined towards technology. Though I did my Bachelor's of Commerce from India, then I studied MBA Finance from Australia, my CA from Australia. Then I did my PhD in Artificial Intelligence and Robotics from US. So it is since childhood I was very inclined towards technology. Whenever a science fiction movie, Hollywood movie used to get released, I used to rush to theaters. So I realized my passion is technology, and I launched this organization way back in 2015. And I launched it just with 35,000 rupees. I'm specifically mentioning why, when I come across people, so many people, they have wonderful ideas. They have the spark, they have zeal to do, but then they say, oh, we don't have funds, we don't have finances to start the business. Then we're like, if it is your idea, if you're passionate about working, and if you're determined, and if you're confident about your idea, start small. Run if you can run, if you cannot run, walk, if you cannot walk, crawl. But start. Start means
Absolutely.
Start. And then you can make it big. And so I started it in 2015, and it's a self-funded startup from 35,000 rupees to multi-million-dollar startup. Now it's number 1 in India and among top 5 in the world. It is all about passion, determination, discipline, focus, perseverance, grit of 6 years that brought us here.
Absolutely. I so much resonate with you because, when I was doing my, because I have this brand called Lucido, or I did my book, I had just started as a passion, as a fun concept. But then, when you are, I think, you need to be very honest in your dealings when you're doing a business, and you have to be very transparent. So if that is there, it is very easy to people, because they understand that, your intentions behind it is not only to earn money, but it is also much beyond that. And I think entrepreneurship is that you need to have that one step beyond, just the money concept. So it's so beautiful to be an entrepreneur.
When we, Shalini ji, we are talking about honesty and money, we say it ethical, be ethical. And being ethical is not doing right when everyone is watching, then everyone is being right when people are. But being ethical is doing right when no one is watching or no one is listening.
Absolutely.
And to always be the byproduct of your entrepreneurship spirit. Money shouldn't be the focus. We shouldn't be chasing the money. We should be, either solving a problem or providing something that is good for people, that is giving benefit to the people. And money should be the byproduct of that. And if we do that, money would chase us rather than we chasing the money.
I definitely agree with you because money always follows. It's your intentions and your integrity which actually shows, and money will always follow you. And so, this is such a beautiful concept. So, Manish, you just tell me that, your passion as a childhood, as you were saying, as a child, you wanted to pursue it. But how did you maneuver it to work through your college and to be where you are today?
Well, I'm born in an entrepreneurial family. I joined my dad's business way young when I was 14 because my we are a nuclear family. Dad had no one to help him with the work. I was 14. I asked for a pocket money raise. I used to get 2 rupees when I was in 8th standard. I asked for a raise to 20 rupees and they gave me the keys to our motor parts manufacturing unit. They asked me that, man, run this unit. If you make profits, entire money is yours. If you run into losses, we will take it back. So from there on, entrepreneurship came into me when I used to sit with on our assembly line, production floor with my foreman, myself doing the things, hands getting all greased and all, and taking orders in the school uniform, going to the clients, going to the vendors. From there on, the entrepreneurship got into me, and one thing was very clear that I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Rather than working for someone else, I always wanted to work for myself, even if it has to be 24x7. I still remember I was in Australia. I completed my MBA, my CA, last day of my university. I got offered green card of Australia, the permanent residency, and a package of 60 lakhs, package of 6 million. Now, if I ask anyone whosoever is watching, if you or your kids they get offered the last day of university, they get a package of 60 lakhs and a green card to Australia, what would you do? And you know what I did? Rejected the green card, rejected the package, came back to India because I wanted to be an entrepreneur and wanted to do something different for my nation. And maneuvering it, I would say, it since childhood it kept on building inside me. And then another good thing I learned is during my graduation that when I was pursuing my BCom, when I completed my degree, whenever anyone used to ask me what you have done, I used to say, oh, I have done my BCom, Bachelor's of Commerce. And I used to feel so proud, and people also used to feel pride in me. Wow, he's an dad. And I realized that in 3 years, if I can achieve a degree that makes people proud on me, I can do anything. So now we say in entrepreneurship, 3 years is a gestation period that you start anything, be it of any scale, be it any big, any small. If you're willing to give your 3 years, hard work, discipline, focus, with all your determination, with all your passion, you are going to be the most successful entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship never happens overnight. So now what I do is every 3 years I start a new venture from the scratch, build it up, put it on autopilot mode and move on to the next. Right now we are running 9 ventures in 65 countries.
Wow, that's amazing. So I think that is the determination, that is the focus, that is the grit, as you were talking about. And without discipline, because I believe in three things: discipline, determination, and dedication. And I feel these 3 Ds are very important in life to take anything further, be it your business or be it your personal life. So guys, it is so nice to hear to Dr. Manish. Yeah, he's back. Yes. So I think we do have those network snags at times.
But these network glitches keep happening, so that's normal.
That's part of life. Now
So
we've all
yes,
understood
the
the
people.
pandemic that we have to go through them.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So you were talking about 3 Ds, and they are very most important in life, not only in entrepreneurship journey. If anyone they follows those 3 Ds, they are going to be the most successful human being in their life.
Yes. And I think being a good human being first is the most important criteria, whether you're working on your own or you're working for somebody or whatever you're doing in life. I think being a good human being is the criteria which everybody needs to make sure that they follow it first, then everything else follows. So, because I've met you a couple of times and it's always nice to, interact. And, because whenever we have met, it is something that comes out of it and we discuss much more than, we have ever thought of. So I think these are the learning times when you learn from people that, who inspire you or people who have done good. So it's always, that bug of learning should always be there. So Manishi, just tell me that, okay, if somebody gets an idea of having, okay, this is something that I want to do. What are the few things that, initially as a backhand job or as a, we call a backstage job, what is a few things that he needs to prepare before he jumps into the entrepreneur, being his business?
Okay, so the very first and the foremost thing is, if you really want to do it, then there is no looking back. Then there is no
Okay.
looking back. Like you are going to jump on a boat in stormy waters, and you don't know how high the tides are going to be. You don't know whether your boat is going to have holes in it, but you have to sail it through. So there is no looking back. One. Second is, when you're going to go through it, you might have to struggle. You might have to see the failures. So fall in love with it. Fall in love with the struggles and failures, because they are going to teach you. They're going to prepare you for a bigger journey. And third is, if God forbid you have failed, always remember why you started. You never started it to shut it down, right?
Yeah.
I always correlated it with our student journey. That imagine when we were students, right? We went for, again, with the side example of my graduation degree, that when we go to college, for say a month, 2 or 3 months, then we don't go down to principal's office, knock their door, hey principal, I've been coming to my college for 3 months, issue me my degree. No, it is like 3 years, 6 semesters, maybe exams, midterms, final for each semester, study hard, and then write the exams. Then when convocation happens, we get our degree. So same is on entrepreneurship. Keep working hard, give your everything, give everything, entire sweat and blood to it for 3 years, 3 good years, and then you're gonna be successful. And what happens if in college we fail? We never leave a degree. We are not like, oh, tomorrow I'm not going to college. You know why? Because I have failed in one of the exams. We reappear. So in the real world, we say realign your strategies. If you have failed or things are not working, look into your strategies, realign your strategies, and then work on it. But the very first thing you have to decide is, if you are beginning it, why you are doing it, and whatever may happen, you are not coming back. You are going to make it happen, whatever it may take from you. So if you are going to start it with this conviction is the first thing that will make you keep going. When I started hover robotics, we failed in first 3 months, big time. We failed big time. We made 14 prototypes, and the company, and we had no clue what to do. So then I recalled all the hoverboards, and I was like, and then we realized we have forgotten to put on a small sensor, a fail-safe sensor. And now tell you the advantage, I'm still thankful to Diwan that it happened. One, that now our devices are so efficient that we are offering lifetime warranties on it, lifetime free services
Wow.
on it. The brand is offering, because we know that our device is not going to fail. So this
That's
made us
amazing.
learn from failures. So this is what I wanted to convey, that learn from the failures, and it has no opportunity in disguise for you. So this is
I
going to make you
totally.
big. We never have to return back.
And I think, Manish, if we fall also, a failure is always a good teacher, because that teaches you of what not to do or why you fail, because then, there's always a plan B, always ready back in our mind. So what I feel I gather from all that we've been talking about, entrepreneurship is one, you need to dream. You have to live with your
Yes.
dream day in, day out, night, every time you have to live in that dream. Second is, if you fall, it's perfectly all right, because you can always brush your hands and stand up. Because I think failure, and third thing, what I feel is, it's very important to have critics around. I personally love criticism at times, because if these critics are not around, you will never rise to the next level. And
Critics, they bring value to you, because
yes,
you have so many people who are going to tell you goody things, and you
yes,
yourself know you're doing good. You are aware that yes, you're doing good. But what about the negatives? Certain times when they slip from our eyes, it's our critics who bring them in front of us. And when you were talking about dreams, I always say dreams are not something that you see when you're sleeping. Dreams are something that don't let you sleep.
yes. And it's so nice at times, when you get up at night and you say, oh, I have a brilliant idea now. And you just want to jot it down, or you want to just wait for that, morning to come. This is the first thing that I'm going to do in the morning. That actually has to be the passion when you are pursuing something. And it's so right that, when you're getting into business, it's not easy, because I always feel is, you can create things. Create karna is not so difficult, but actually, marketing it and going about it with the steps, which I'm sure we'll be discussing tomorrow, because tomorrow we will take up the concept of marketing and how to go forward with it. But today we are going to be just talking about our dreams, our backhand job with
Yes.
the things, and what are the first few things that we need to jot down before we actually plunge into our journey of entrepreneurship. So
See,
yes, we
I
talked about, yeah.
think anyone can make their dreams happen, and doesn't matter how big they are. Trust me,
Mhm.
doesn't. read about people, how Jack Ma became so big, how Elon Musk, he has even reached space, or Jeff Bezos. How, or even example, like no one ever thought of hoverboards in India or electric mobility. We brought it. I'm not even a Google generation guy. I'm an old school boy. The Google came pretty late, and if I can make e-mobility happen in India, the pioneer, anyone can make anything happen. All it requires is that conviction. I come across people, Shalini ji, they're like, Manish ji, we have an idea. We're going to try it for a year or two. If this worked out, then fine. Otherwise, we will join a job. And we're like, no, this doesn't. This, please, if you have to join a job, then go join now. Then don't even waste your 2 years. And if you really want to be an entrepreneur, then whatever it takes from you, you are going to be an entrepreneur. You are never ever going to think this is not your plan B, that I'm going to try for 2 years. Then what is going to happen? Whenever a failure or a struggle or even a slightest hiccup is going to happen, you're going to think, oh, this is not working. Let's close the shutter and let's go and join a job. No. Entrepreneur means that you are going to give your all and with all your conviction, no other plan B. You're not going anywhere else. You're going to do this and you're going to make it successful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are, as I was saying, there are hit and tries methods. Okay, be open to ideas, be open to criticism, be open to learning, because that is what is a journey of entrepreneurship is. Because everybody, because I'm sure all of us wanted to be an entrepreneur, as I say, as I began with also. Somewhere we all wanted to do it, but due to our circumstances, or we are not so mentally prepared for it. So I think a mental focus and a mental health of being an entrepreneur has to be focused, because your mind has to be tuned into that direction, that this is what I'm going to be doing. As you said, you don't have to say that, no, I'm not going to do it. I have to do it, because this have to do it has to be there 24/7. So that's such a beautiful thing. Yes. So, Manish, just tell me, okay, now that I've decided I'll be an entrepreneur, okay, this is my things that I need to plan out. I've jotted down everything. So, what do you think is, okay, when I decide it out, what are the first few steps that I need to do as I go about in my journey?
Okay, the first thing, as when we began this interview, I told you that either start loving what you do, if you already have something, and you're going to start, or you have an idea, or start loving what, or start doing what you love. And certain times people come and they say, we don't know our passion. I say them that do a quick exercise, sit alone, close your eyes, and imagine you have a lavish house, you have all the Ferraris, Lamborghinis, even a private jet, all your bills, all your expenses are being taken care of, your ample sum of money, everything, whatever you want in the world, that is at your discretion. Now, what is the one thing that you want to do in life? That is your passion. So, and someone answered me that I did this and exercise and I wanted to paint. I was like, wow, you could be next Picasso then. Then start doing paintings. Paintings is a good business. Right. And someone said that, okay, I want to sing. I said, wow, then you can be into entertainment industry, whatever. You can launch your own albums. It is all up to you what your passion is. So this is the first thing. And why I'm stressing so much on passion, there is another reason behind that, Shalini ji. When we start working, when we work, there is a thing called monotonous approach. That sinks in after a while, that when work becomes monotonous, and we start getting frustrated or start getting tired of it. But when we're working for our passion, we never get tired. If take it this way, something is your hobby or something is my hobby, like technology is my hobby. If you ask me to make robots day or night or 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm always up and ready for it. So what happens when we're talking about passion, then, and when you're working for your passion, it never sounds like work. I work 21 hours a day. It doesn't feel like I'm working, because it is my passion I'm nurturing. It is something like I love, and I really want to do it. So this is the first step you need to do, that you need to identify your passion. One. Second, then you have to have a vision. Doesn't matter how big it is. Even if you have a vision that, okay, you want to open up an office on the moon, that's fine. Doesn't matter how big or how vague. Even doesn't matter even if you don't know how to achieve that vision, but do have a vision. Then you have to break that vision into small steps. What is the first step? What you want? Maybe first step could be that, okay, set up an office, start small, or even you can start from home. Doesn't matter. I started from my home when I launched my Hover robot, and then start working towards it. In the beginning, you could be the peon, you could be the clerk, you would be the manager, you would be the VP, you would be the CEO, everything. I can even narrate an incident. I had my delegates, they came from Europe, and I was holding the boxes of my robots in my arms like this. They patted my back. Hey man, we want to see the boss. I was like, okay. I kept the boxes aside, wore my blazer. I was like, yes, hi. They're like, oh, you are the CEO. So it was like one-man army show at that time in the beginning. So it is like, and if someone is coming, I myself used to serve them tea as well. I don't have a shame because it is my own work. So in the beginning, it could be all army show. Don't shy away from doing anything, whatever it is your work. And the best part is you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for no one. You're doing it for yourself. Tomorrow, when you're going to be successful, when you're going to be number one in India, or when you're going to be among top 5 in the world, it is you only, and people are going to look up to you. So never shy away from your work and give with her. And as I already said, we don't have to look back. This is what we are going to do on repeat mode, day and night. Day and night doesn't matter. It's we are feeling sleepy. Doesn't matter. We are hungry, and I always say that if you sleep 8 hours, please reduce your sleep if you want to be an entrepreneur. You cannot afford to sleep 1/3 of your life. 8 hours every day means 1/3 of your life. You cannot spend one.
I totally agree with you. And as you said, it is a burning thing, because if it's burning inside, only then you will actually work it. So when I started my wellness, Manish, there is so much available in the market. We see so many hair oils, we see so many creams, there's a whole range of stuff. But what I wanted to do was come up with something which gives you instant results out of natural things. So here my products are totally natural. And they're healing. So I call them natural healing products. They have no, I don't camouflage it with a perfume or with a preservative. They are totally natural and healing. So what I mean to say is that, and for that I had to experiment. So, I used to be so happy about it. Having, because at my home I used to say, okay, this is my chemistry lab here. This is where I'm going to be mixing things and getting the right, perfect product with it. So this is what, this is a burning thing, that at night also, if you get an idea, you say, okay, let me get up and try it right now. Because that is what actually takes you to be an entrepreneur. And the journey, as we say, is very small.
Similar between you and me, Shalini ji, same way. I have a robotics lab at home. And if I get an idea at 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm running to my lab and experimenting it same way. And I'm so proud that you are doing so many wonderful things and getting all organic and natural. This is the need of the hour, and this is what, keeps our skin fresh without any harm, without the side effects of the chemicals. So kudos to you, Shalini ji, kudos to you.
Thank you so much. Now, because, my concept was always, two things that I focus on. They have to be affordable. What I see affordable is, and plus, the products that I need to use is going to be totally simple. Because as simple as you keep your things, the more better it is. The more you complicate it, it's like, it takes, I don't know what happens to it. So what I believe in, be simple, be very focused, and make sure that you're affordable, so that people, and when people call me up and say, oh, Shalini, I had a hair fall, or I had this, and your products have really worked well, I'm so happy about it. So these are the testimonies which actually give you that confidence to move ahead. So I guess, it's just that, as we talked about, be very focused, but be very transparent. Be very loyal towards your work, because I feel loyalty always shows. It just projects out, and as we say, fakeness always shows how much can you fake. The same way, if you're very true to yourself, it shows in every little dealing that you do, in every action that you have, or every words that you speak. So it is like very important to be. So we have, actually come down as if we need to be very loyal, very trustworthy, very transparent, and very determined, very, dedicated.
Discipline is also most important. When you are an entrepreneur, you cannot afford to kill your time into any wasteful activities. We have to manage our time. We have to have our, I call it padlets, whereby we write down our whole day schedule, what we did in the entire day, because it gives us a window to look into where we wasted time, and a scheduler whereby we need to know what else is coming ahead, how we are lining up our upcoming days, what meetings we have, what events we have, what things are planned at the office, and we cannot waste to kill our time. So time management is the most important for an entrepreneur.
No, because even I feel you need to prioritize your things. I am up at 5:30 5:30 in the morning. Daily, my alarm goes at 5:30. Because then, that me time in the morning from 5:30 to 6, that me time has to be there, where you plan out your day, you plan out your priorities and say, okay, these are the things that I have to do during the day, and I make sure that I do it. Because if anything that I don't do will spill over the next day. So, what I tell people is, make sure that you complete your priorities for the day. And how you need to do is that you have to plan out your day, that how you need to focus on each time. So this is exactly what being focused and taking across your thing is. So Manishji, I think it is yeah. So I think this we have talked about the backhand job of being an entrepreneur, and plus the mindset of being an entrepreneur, and then how to take it forward. So I think it was a great thing. So I think everybody's understood the concept of what an entrepreneurship is. Because in the first session, I wanted to make people understand what is entrepreneurship. It's not just plunging into it, but that a lot goes behind it also. So I think it was a great session. So tomorrow, Manishji, what do we take up? So that what have people to look forward for tomorrow?
That how they can take this journey forward. That
Okay.
as we said that. I always say that dream as big as you can, and you can make all your dreams come true. Each one of you have that power to achieve impossible, to achieve unimaginable. I say always go beyond your capabilities. Never set for mediocre things in your life. Think unimaginable, think impossible, and then be unstoppable. So tomorrow we can discuss how you can achieve this, how you can set your journey on fire. And if you have any questions, please come up with those questions. We would love to take up those questions tomorrow.
Absolutely. We leave our numbers with you guys, and then anything that anybody wants to know, please be free to message it to us or give us a phone call, and we'll definitely answer your questions. So thank you so much. It was a beautiful session. We really enjoyed it, and it was something wonderful having you.
Thank you so much, Shalini.
Yeah, if you are a great speaker, that clarity is very important when you are doing a show. So thank you so much. It was wonderful having you.
Tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
till we meet tomorrow. Thank you and bye-bye.